All right. This is my Buick 462 455 board 30 over. Assembled and machined by HBR Performance in Las Vegas, up there by the Strip, meaning the racetrack. Rick over at HBR did a really good job on this engine. He assembled it as well as machined it. I recommend anybody in Vegas or wherever call up Rick at HBR. Look him up on the internet. He does really good work. It doesn't matter if you have a $20,000 engine or a $2,000 engine like this one right here. He treats you the same way. He'll joke around with you, give you the best advice, or what he thinks you should do, or see what you want to do. I got all the parts for him. I was probably one of the slowest people as far as getting parts for the last few parts that he needed for the engine. Sorry, I'm trying to work around a car. And he was really patient about me getting the parts to him, and no problem as long as I kept him updated. He's like, all right, no problem, whatever. Joke around with me. Sometimes I'll stop by just to say hey, see what's up with him, and just to talk trash. Saturday morning, and sometimes he's there. But anyway, like I said, he's no pressure. He's a good guy, so definitely want to give him a plug. He did a really good job on the engine. And when I first went there, he took me on a tour, and he has a tour of the machine shop. He has a engine dyno, and he showed me all that stuff. Showed me a bunch of engines from all different customers. A few customers he's got out of the country. He's done some racing out of the country, so I guess if he's met a few friends and they stick with him, they still send their engines over to him instead of going with the local machinist, because when you got a good machine shop guy, you want to keep him no matter where he goes. And he moved to Vegas from Florida. He moved to Vegas, so they stuck with him. It's 9.5 to 1 compression, about 30 over, hypereutectic pistons, TA Performance 310 cam. You can see down there. Lift is a little bit shy of 500 with the stock rockers, which is what's going to be on this for now. Once I bump the ratio up a little bit, it'll be just at or just over 500. It's a street machine, nothing fancy, so I went really mild on everything. The street engine for a street car. By no means is it a race car. The heads were redone, milled, obviously. Well, not obviously, but they were milled. I had the valves, or the area behind the valves, radius, I believe it's called. I always call it a port and polish, but that's not the case. It's radius. Or a bowl port. I think that's the same thing. Rick taught me that. I'm still learning about these damn heads and engines and stuff. But anyway, he did a really good job on the heads as well. He assembled it. I don't know if I mentioned that before. I didn't have the room, obviously, with all my mess I got going on here. So I went ahead and had him assemble it so I wouldn't have to worry about it. He spec'd it, checked all the specs, and he degreed the cam for me. So once I get all the other little stuff, board, water pump, distributor, radiator, all that fun stuff, it can go inside the car, but I gotta take my time as my money permits, because it is a project. This is actually my wife's engine. It's going in her car. She has a Buick Apollo, not that one, another one. That one right there. Right now that one has a Buick 350 in it. That runs good. I put a 4-barrel on it. Carb and intake. It had a 2-barrel carbon intake on it. It's okay. It runs really good, but it's not the fastest thing in the world. See under the hood. That's the engine. We painted up the top half that we could get to when we did the intake swap. Painted the valve covers, put a big chrome air cleaner to hide all the ugly stuff underneath. But yeah, I gotta find a way to fit that 462 in here. That's gonna be fun. I'm gonna use the stock exhaust manifolds for now. I don't have to worry about the clearance. They should go right in with the. It should go right in with the stock manifolds. Sorry, I got distracted. It should go in with the stock manifolds. Not a lot of header clearance. That's my problem. But so that's what it's going in. Closing it. And as far as performance, I'd be really happy if I can get anywhere from 375 to 400, 430. I think 430 will be a little generous. I'll be really happy if I can get 430 out of it. Like I said before, it's really mild. I built it basically for my wife to be able to drive her street car in on the drive it on the weekends, yeah, but drive it in on Fridays or whatever into work. She has a 60-mile commute to work. So I built the engine based on the fact that I wanted to be really streetable but still have good power to compete in case she does want to race it at the racetrack. Not really compete, but you know, a fun street car basically. If it can beat this, which I'm sure it will be able to, I'll be happy. But if it can beat that too, I'll be really happy, and hopefully it will be able to, or it'll be really close. So anywhere around 400 horsepower, give or take, 25 horsepower, I'll be happy. And the torque will be somewhere around the same, 400, 450, 430, hopefully. So I'm not very experienced with big blocks, so I don't know how how it's going to perform, but I've done a 383 and a 350, and I've gotten pretty impressive horsepower out of it. I know it's not the same as a big block Buick, but as far as building engines, I've had some pretty good results as long as I do things the right way and do enough research, which I think I have on this one. So that's it. That's the baby. Once again, HBR Performance over there he's on the strip real estate, or not the strip, but the racetrack real estate. I call it the strip because that's what they call it. But so I'm sure that property ain't too cheap to rent. So he does really good work. HBR, call Rick.